In the name of God. Histology of respiratory system. You observe tight cells, epithelial respiratory to form diagram or schematic form. This is ciliated cell. Okay, this is ciliated cell. And this basal cell. And this borage cell. This is a microvilli. This is a borage cell. And this goblet cell. And this ciliated cell. And this small granular cell. Tight cell in epithelial respiratory. Very beautiful picture. This is a schematic picture of respiratory system. Respiratory system in histology divided two parts. One, air duct. This is the air duct. And two, lung. This is a lung. Air duct consists of nasal cavity. This is nasal cavity. And this pharynx. And this is pharynx. And this is larynx. And this trachea and bronchus. All of these ducts is an air duct for respiratory system. This is nasal cavity. Nasal cavity divided two parts by septal bone and cartilage. This septal bone and cartilage, this cavity divided two. And in this structure, cavity, this papilla of bone form concha, inferior and superior. By this concha formed three parts in nasal cavity. One, vestibuli. Two, respiratory zone. And three, anterior olfactory zone. Okay, these olfactory zone joined to pharynx, and pharynx divided two parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx. This is oropharynx. And this part, you see larynx. Larynx have superior and inferior part. Larynx have folding in surface near to oral. And this larynx go to trachea and bronchus. All of this part is an air duct in histology respiratory system. Lung. Lung covered by pleura. And this pleura is divided two parts, visceral and parietal. Visceral formed lobe of lung. Lung have 5 lobes. Okay, 5 lobes. And this lobe divided to lobule. A lobule consists of bronchial, terminal bronchial, respiratory bronchial, alveolar duct, alveol. Alveol consists of alveoli. All of these parts formed respiratory system. Respiratory function. Respiratory function of the respiratory system is to provide molecular oxygen for cellular oxidation, and to remove carbon dioxide generated as a waste product of cell metabolism. There must be vascular or circulatory transport and air or gas transport. Okay? Respiratory system histology consists of air duct and lung. Air duct, nasal cavity, consists of vestibule, respiratory, and olfactory. Pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchus. Lung consists of bronchial, terminal bronchial, respiratory bronchial, alveolar, alveolar. Nasal cavity divided three parts. 1. Vestibule, 2. Respiratory portion, and 3. Olfactory portion. Okay, vestibule. This is vestibule. Vestibule covered by skin. This skin is a thin skin. This skin have a short hair. The name this hair vibrida. Okay. This vestibule covered by thin skin consists of epiderm, derm, and hyaline cartilage. In this hyaline cartilage, yes, hyaline cartilage. In derm of thin skin in vestibula, hair short, and sebaceous gland and sweet gland. Respiratory area or portion. Respiratory consists of mucosa. This mucosa covered by respiratory epithelium. What means respiratory epithelium? Respiratory epithelium consists of pseudo-stratified cilia columna with multi-cilia. This is respiratory epithelium. Respiratory epithelium by light microscope is observed basement membrane. This is basement membrane, and these cells supported by lamina propria. These lamina propria have a special structure, and these lamina propria have venule plexus. Venule plexus. Venule plexus help to air change a warm air. This hair very useful for lung. This structure, plexus venule or swelling bodies, observed in structure of mucosa in respiratory zone and olfactory zone. This is a schematic of the respiratory epithelium. Okay, this is a schematic. This is interstitial connective tissue, fluid, and fibrosa and fibroblast. And this part vascular plexus. Okay, this is a This is structure, mucosa of respiratory zone and in olfactory zone. This is the epithelia, okay? And this is a basement membrane, and this is a connective tissue have venule plexus. This is a venule plexus. These venule plexus or sibling bodies help to air for change a warm air until this air go to lung, okay, and transfer oxygen, and then transfer dioxide, carbon go out of these nasal cavity. Okay, this is mucosa. These plexus venule and connective tissue or sibling body in structure of penis in female and male genital system is observed. Okay. Type of cells in respiratory epithelium consists of this is goblet cell, okay? This is ciliated cell, okay? This is borage cell, this is a borage cell, and you see in these basal cell, this is a basal cell, and this small granular cell, okay? And you see in this epithelial migration lymphocyte, okay? Two cell in epithelial is very sensitive. One, borage cell. Two, small granular cell. Small granular cell or borage cell, the basal cell, the end free nerve fiber jointed to basal, okay? Okay, in this part and in this part, you have end nerve fiber jointed to this part of cell, okay? One cell and two cell is very sensitive. This is basal cells. This is basal cells. Okay? There. Olfactory zone. One in nasal cavity, vestibule. Two in nasal cavity, respiratory zone. And three olfactory zone or olfactory portion. Olfactory portion similar to respiratory portion, but in this part you have bipolar cell or olfactory cell, and these cells neuron covered by supporting cell in this, lateral in this, and supporting cell, and this basal cell, okay? The near to hair cell or bipolar cell or olfactory cell, you have acinar tubular gland. What is the name of this acinar tubular gland? Bowman. Acinar tubular gland. This acinar tubular gland is an exocrine gland secreted protein along surface of neuron cell covered by these secreted. These hair neuron affect by these secreted, and these effects stimulate neuron cells. These stimulate go to CNS for diagnosis. Okay? Okay. This is schematic picture of respiratory disease, bipolar cell or hair cell or olfactory cell, and supported by supporting cell. Okay, and this is basal cell. This is basal cell. This area you have respiratory epithelial and lamina propria and plexus venous or sibling body. Okay, okay. This is a respiratory epithelium. Respiratory epithelium, okay. Ciliate cell, goblet cell, basal cell. This is a basal cell. And this small granular cell, and this basal cell, and this Warre cell. Okay, small granular cell, small granular cell. Very good. And this is basal cell, and covered by or supported by lamina propria, and this is gland. What is the name of this gland? This is Bowman gland. This is Bowman gland in olfactory area. Okay, very good. This is light microscope of olfactory portion, nasal cavity. You have in this part respiratory epithelial and olfactory zone and olfactory cell. Olfactory cell support by supporting cell and basal cell, and in lamina propria you have acinar-tubular gland. What is the name of this? This is Bowman gland. And you have in this part plexus of venus. This is the plexus of venus and lamina propria. Plexus of venus or sibling body in this area or portion olfactory zone. This is a schematic. Bipolar cell. This is a bipolar cell. Bipolar cell supported by supporting cell and basal cell. Very good. Nasal cavity by pore connect to maxilla. What's the name? Mucosa of maxilla. What's the name? Mucosa of maxilla. Paranasal sinus. Paranasal sinus have mucosa. This mucosa consists of epithelial and lamina propria. This epithelial covered by stratified, pseudo-stratified, ciliated columnar cell and lamina propria. Okay, okay. These part of maxilla or paranasal sinus connect by pores to nasal cavity. The superior of nasal cavity jointed to pharynx. Pharynx divided two parts. One nasopharynx and two oropharynx. Okay, okay. This is pharynx. Pharynx divided to parts: oro and nasal. Nasopharynx jointed to nasal cavity. This part of pharynx have mucosa. Mucosa consists of pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar and lamina propria and salivary glands, and muscle. Okay, this is a muscle. And in this part, jointed to or near to oropharynx. These oropharynx have a mucosa. This mucosa consists of squamous, stratified, non-keratinized, and lamina propria and areolar loose connective tissue. To these type of connective tissue, you have elastic fibers. Okay, and this is acinar tubular gland. This is a kind of salivary gland. Okay, very good. Larynx. This is the larynx. Larynx have folding. Have a folding. Okay. This larynx, one surface near to oral and one surface near to trachea. These larynx divide to superior and inferior. Larynx have folding. This folding change mucosa. One mucosa have stratified epithelial and lamina propria and elastic fiber. One mucosa have respiratory epithelium and in lamina propria elastic fiber. Okay. Elastic fiber or vocal cord divided two parts: false vocal cord and true vocal cord. False vocal cord and true vocal cord. Okay. These parts of larynx have stratified squamous, epithelial, in lamina propria have true vocal cord, and in part of larynx mucosa have pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar cells, columnar epithelium, and lamina propria. In structure lamina propria observed vocal cord. The name is false vocal cord. Two type vocal cord in structure of larynx: true and false vocal cord. And this vocal cord supported by skeletal muscle. Okay, and this is the larynx, and this vocal cord supported by vocal skeleton. Okay. Trachea divided three parts: one mucosa, two submucosa, and three adventitia. Mucosa consists of pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium and supported by lamina propria. And in this lamina propria structure, you have elastic fiber. This elastic fiber continues of elastic fiber vocal cord in structure of larynx. Okay? 2. Submucosal layer. Submucosal layer of these trachea consists of loose areolar connective tissue and a small sero and mucosa glands. Sero and mucosa glands is a type of salivary gland. Adventitia. Adventitia is a connective tissue and hyaline cartilage. Okay, this is the trachea, mucosa is the mucosa, and submucosa and adventitia. Mucosa consists of pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium, lamina propria full of cross section of elastic fibers, submucosa small mucoserosa glands, and this adventitia consists of hyaline cartilage and loose areolar connective tissue. Okay, this is the trachea. This is the trachea. Trachea. This is the trachea. If you see open lumen by this hyaline cartilage, here tonight open lumen. Okay, this is a knife. Cross section of knife consists of mucosa. This is a mucosa, submucosa, adventitia. Adventitia. This is a follicle lymph. This is a follicle lymph. Okay, this is light microscopic of structure trachea. This is mucosa, mucosa, submucosa, adventitia. Mucosa consists of pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium and lamina propria. Lamina propria, you have in this part cross section of elastic fiber. This is elastic fiber. And this submucosa, you see in this part acinar tubular glands. This gland is seromuco gland. Okay, and this part adventitia. Okay, this is a mucosa. This is a serosa gland. Very good. Lung. Lung consists of bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, alveolar. Okay. Very good. The bronchiole. This is the bronchiole. Very good. Please repeat with me. Bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, alveolar, alveoli. Very good. This is structure, bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, alveolar, alveoli. Okay. This is the structure of bronchus. This is bronchus. Bronchus consists of mucosa, submucosa, adventitia. The structure bronchus similar to trachea, but In adventitia, you have cutting of hyaline cartilage. No wrinkle for hyaline cartilage. Okay? Okay. What is different between trachea and bronchus? Bronchus similar to trachea, but in the structure histology of adventitia, observed cutting of hyaline cartilage. Very good. Lung have lobe and lobule. Lobule in lobe of lung consists of bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, alveolar alveoli. The apical of this lobule very narrow. The basal of this lobule very flat. Why this part flat and apical very narrow? Because in this part you have alveolar alveoli, and in this apical of lobule only bronchiole. Okay, triangle form shape is shaped lobule of lung. Okay, this is the lobule. This is the lobule, flat in basal, and apical narrow. Bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, alveolar, consists alveoli. Okay, this is the visceral, parietal. Okay, very good. What? Histology, bronchiole. Bronchiole, yes. Bronchiole consists of mucosa. Mucosa have epithelial and lamina propria. Epithelial consists of columnar ciliated simple or cuboidal. Lamina propria is a loose areolar connective tissue and muscle. What is the name of this muscle? Rhizosine muscle. And go to terminal bronchiole. Terminal bronchiole have cuboidal cell, and between cuboidal cell have Clara cell. This Clara cell is a very sensitive cell. This cell secreted surfactant and help to bronchiole is open for transfer air. Okay, okay. And go to respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole jointed to alveolar duct. These duct open to alveolar duct. These bronchiole respiratory have mucosa. This mucosa covered by simple cuboidal and Clara cell, and supported by lamina propria and muscle. And go to alveolar duct. Alveolar duct is the alveolar duct have mucosa. This mucosa have simple squamous cell. This squamous cell supported by lamina propria and muscle. And go to alveolar and alveoli. Alveoli consists of three types cells: pneumocyte 1, pneumocyte 2, pneumocyte 3. And these cells covered by loose areolar connective tissue and fenestrated capillaries and muscle cells. What's the name of this muscle? Rhizosine muscle. Rhizosine muscle in alveoli structure go to bronchiole. This cell very sick. This structure, bronchiole, this muscle very thick, but in this part very thin. Are you understand? Very good. This is light microscope picture of bronchus. Bronchus consists of mucosa, submucosa, adventitia. This is cartilage plate, a cutting. This is cartilage plate cutting here. This is the bronchus similar to trachea, but in this part different structure. Why? Please say. Thank you. This is bronchiole. Bronchiole consists of mucosa. Mucosa consists of simple columnar, ciliated, and reduced little cuboidal cell. And lamina propria, this lamina propria full of muscle. What's the name? This muscle, Reichsen muscle. Okay, this is lumen is closed, and this alveolar. Okay, this is terminal bronchiole. Why? This is lumen very reduced tube bronchiole, and near to this part pulmonary arteriole. Pulmonary arteriole near to bronchiole show this bronchiole is terminal bronchiole. Very good. This is a terminal bronchiole. This is a bronchiole. Okay, this is a terminal bronchiole. This is a bronchiole. This is a terminal bronchiole. This is bronchiole. Why? Because mucosa folding. Okay, have folding. Oh. And epithelial stratified, pseudo-stratified with motile cilia, and go to simple columnar with motile cilia in this structure of terminal bronchiole. Are you understand? Why this name is terminal bronchiole? Because near to this bronchiole, pulmonary arteriole is observed, and mucosa in this part have columnar ciliated and cuboidal cell and clara cell. Okay, this is the bronchus. Okay, this is the bronchiole. Very good. And near to this bronchiole, pulmonary arteriole. What is the name? This terminal bronchiole. Very good. Terminal bronchiole. This is the alveolar. This is the bronchiole. Okay, please look at this. Very good. This is the bronchiole. This is the respiratory bronchiole. Why? Because this bronchiole open to alveolar duct, and this is terminal bronchiole. Very good. This is a light microscope of lung, consists of respiratory bronchiole. Why? Because this respiratory bronchiole have mucosa. This mucosa covered by simple squamous cell. Okay, this is a terminal bronchiole. Terminal bronchiole. Why? Then near this terminal bronchiole, you see pulmonary artery, and this go to respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole open to alveolar duct. Alveolar duct open to alveolar and alveoli. Okay. Simple cuboidal, simple squamous, and simple squamous in alveolar structure histology. Very good. This is a schematic alveolar and alveoli, and these alveolar and alveoli covered by mucosa. This mucosa have simple squamous cell and lamina propria. In a structure of lamina propria is observed fenestrated capillary. Okay, This is alveoli. This alveoli septal or wall consists of pneumocyte 2. This is the pneumocyte 2. Why? This is pneumocyte 2 because nucleus is circular. Very good. Very good. This is pneumocyte 2, pneumocyte 2, pneumocyte 2, pneumocyte 2. And this pneumocyte 1. Why? Because these cells have flattened nucleus. Very good. Okay? Pneumocyte 1, pneumocyte 2. Okay? Pneumocyte 1. Okay? Very good. This is a transmission electron microscope of alveoli. This is pneumocyte 2. These cells in cytoplasm have lamellar body. This cell is very special. This cell very important for alveoli. This cell secreted surfactant lung. Okay? Okay. Pneumocyte 2 have circular nucleus. This cell secreted surfactant lung. Type 2 cell. This is the capillary. What is the name type capillary? Fenestrated capillary. This endothelial of capillary and pneumocyte 1 along pneumocyte 1 form barrier blood air. Barrier blood air. Yes. This is pneumocyte 2. Circular nucleus and lamellar body. The cell secreted surfactant only. And this light microscope have type 2 and type 1. This is type 1. This is type 3. Type 3 is a macrophage cell. It's a macrophage lung or pneumocyte 3. Okay? This is a pneumocyte 1, pneumocyte 1, pneumocyte 3, pneumocyte 2 is a light microscope of alveoli septal. This is pneumocyte 3. This is a pneumocyte 3, yes. And this is capillary. Okay? This is a pneumocyte 1. Pneumocyte 1 and endothelial basement membrane of pneumocyte 1, basement membrane of endothelial formed barrier blood air. Barrier blood air consists of 4 layers. One layer pneumocyte 1, one layer pneumocyte 1, 2 layer basement membrane of pneumocyte 1, 3 layer basement membrane of endothelial and endothelial 1. Okay. This is endothelial. This is endothelial, and this is pneumocyte 1, and this is endothelial. Endothelial basement membrane, pneumocyte 1 consists of barrier blood air. This is transmission electron microscope. This is light microscope picture. Okay. This is schematic picture of barrier blood air. This is endothelial, basement membrane, pneumocyte 1. By this barrier can transfer O2, go to circular blood and go out CO2 to air by this barrier. This is light microscope of pleura. Pleura consists of visceral and parietal. Between visceral and parietal, loose areolar connective tissue and interstitial fluid and capillary. Thank you very much for your attention.